Pro Tools Sync X is the successor to Avid's Sync HD synchronization interface and lets you synchronize Pro Tools HD systems with just about any kind of audio or video hardware. That could be a video playback device, tape machine, Atmos renderer, digital console, projector, external master clock, MIDI workstations, and other Pro Tools systems or DAWs. It also enables Pro Tools to precisely align audio playback with video output. More on that in a moment. Sync X expands on the features of the Sync HD, with a built-in video reference generator, multiple reference and clock outputs, automatic video reference format detection, and support for 10 MHz clock and AES-3 ID. Sync X connects directly to Pro Tools via the Digi serial port found on HDX and HD native hardware. This provides a reliable low-latency connection that's independent to the OS and host USB buses. Support for loop sync is maintained, which is used on the HD series Pro Tools interfaces, while the multiple word clock outputs provide connection for MTRX interfaces and most other digital audio equipment. To recap some first principles, there are two things that can be synced between devices: position and speed. Timeline position, or positional reference, is communicated with timecode, making sure Pro Tools and external devices start at the same place. Playback speed is locked across your system using clock reference, preventing playback drift and digital audio clicks. With Sync X, your Pro Tools system can follow or generate timecode as LTC or MTC and many flavors of clock. When synchronizing sound with video, there's another factor to consider. When exactly does each new frame get displayed? Without knowing this, Pro Tools and your video output device will lock to the same timecode position and clock speed, but video refresh could be offset by up to a frame. This will be different each time you start playback. To bring everything into line, you can use a common frame edge reference, telling the video player when to display each frame and letting Pro Tools align audio with near sample accuracy. Imagine a marching band on parade. Each row of musicians is at the same place, positional reference, and marches at the same speed, clock reference. But without the band leader calling which foot to lead with, the marchers may walk out of step. Video reference, sometimes called tri-level, house sync, or blackburst, is responsible for calling left, right, left in the studio. It's a simple video signal of the same format as your project, which all devices use as a common grid. But does frame edge sync really make a difference? Even though a non-edge aligned system will typically play back audio and video within around half a frame of each other, dialogue and effects editors often report that something doesn't feel right or seems inconsistent. As many of us spend time on video conferences and watch shows via multiple sources and devices, we've become accustomed to a loose video sync. But in a professional audio post-production environment, we need to trust that sync is precise and consistent throughout the creative, QC, and delivery phases. Traditionally, post-production and music recording systems have been static installations inside of facilities. Increasingly, Pro Tools systems may be configured as mobile rigs or installed in remote locations. Sync X's onboard video reference generator and multiple outputs lets it operate as an independent sync hub and removes the need for external reference, patch panels, or distribution amps. Even in a facility, the idea of central house sync is less relevant, as there are many different video formats in use today. With Sync X, you can switch to the internal reference when working on a project with a different format to the main external reference. Sync X is an essential component in audio post, but of course synchronization is also required in many music production scenarios. If you're working with a traditional multi-track recorder or a console with its own automation system, Sync X interprets incoming LTC. In fact, it can even track playback speed from the timecode stream if there's no separate clock. In music, the most important requirement is audio quality. Sync X has the next generation JET PLL clocking technology, providing a faster and more accurate lock with low jitter for the best quality capture. Support has been added for 10 MHz atomic clock sources, popular in high-end studios and scoring stages, and AES-3 ID B&C connections. Sync X lets Pro Tools connect to both legacy and emerging sync and video formats. It can be the independent backbone of your studio or easily integrate into existing clocking and video reference systems.